Hello everyone. Today we are doing a YouTube on clearing your crystals and clearing your tarot decks. I'll start with clearing your crystals. So I bought this huge bag of all of these stones from a rock shop that was going out of business, and so I bring them home and I have to clear them. Now, I'm just going to give you my opinions. Right or wrong, you choose and do a lot of research and figure out what feels right to you, because ultimately what feels right to you is the right way to do it. So these are just suggestions of research that you can do on your own also, and then you decide what feels right for your crystals. And I want to tell you something, that some crystals want to be cleared in different ways. It's not like one clearing works for all. So if you have a personal crystal that you work with a lot, you may find that eventually you feel it likes to have tap water run over it, or it likes to be in the sun for a couple hours. You'll find different methods for sometimes different crystals. Now, usually like a handful of smaller ones, it won't matter. You can do the same method, but some of your larger ones may impress upon you how they want to be cleared. So be open to that. So one of the ways is you can hold these or set them down on a surface somewhere. And so I have these setting down in the desk in front of me. And if you have any kind of a little singing bowl or something that makes sound, you can use the vibration of sound to clear them. And this type of bowl, you can also go around the exterior and it will make a different tone. And so you can use that. It's very powerful to clear a large group of crystals using sound like that. And the second thing I have is like this little dish of water, and you'll see that I have some herbs in there. These are some herbs that are from either, you can store-bought, or I buy my own herbs. It doesn't, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I sprinkle some, and then I just say a little blessing on the water, and then I can dip my finger in the water and just lightly rub on the crystal. If you have lots of crystals, you can do this with them all laid out, or you can put them in a spray bottle and spritz on them if you don't have large herbs that would get caught in the spray. Essential oils is another. You can make your own mixes of essential oils. You can just the sky's the limit for mixing up your own essential oils. And then you can just lightly spray your crystals, and not only will they smell good, but it also cleanses them. I'm very wary of putting down any crystals in salt water or putting them on salt. I just believe that salt can be harsh for the polished stones. Over time it can maybe damage the polish, and there is some belief that salt is also a crystal. So you have to use your own discernment for that, but I do not use salt or salt water for cleansing my crystals. You can also use another crystal that has been cleared to clear it. You can lightly tap it or have it next to it. One of the other things for doing a whole group is to put your crystals in a big circle and then take a drum. You can take, I have this beautiful drum that I purchased at 4390 North Earth in Spring Green. If you haven't been there, get down there. They got some powerful drums. And so you can have this in front of your crystals, and this is very powerful for clearing. That's my beautiful drum. And you can also use fire. So I have this candle with these 3 wicks. I guess you can't see that, it's just so darn bright. And you can hold your crystal and run your crystal by the fire. Now you can see that this crystal is somewhat reacting to this fire. See, if you notice the camera, it's sending lights and rays. So I would say, if I just got this crystal, I haven't even owned it a week, and I'm going to guess now that this crystal loves fire. You can also use incense. You can light an incense and run the smoke over there. So anyway, there's lots of ways to clear your crystals, and in a bind, you can just say a prayer or a blessing over your crystals, and just from the heart, make it up and intend for them to be cleared. And that works too. So as far as clearing your tarot decks, there's just as many ways, except you won't want to spritz them with water. You probably won't want to hold them over fire. The heat would damage the cards. So the methods for clearing the tarot are completely different. And so I have a cleared crystal over here that I've cleared, and I'm actually going to set this little crystal on my deck of cards here. So you could leave a crystal on there to clear it. You can also set like some sage on there. You can, like for me, for quickly, I just blow on it with the intent to be cleared. And then you can also pull a card to see how the deck wants to be cleared. So you can say, you know, what would be the best way for me to clear this deck? And this is if you're, if you know how to read the cards, you would do this. And this one is the Seven of Cups. So you can see that there's lots of different methods, and there's greenery for the herbs. It could be covered with a sacred cloth. So the crystal itself is giving me that there is a multitude of ways for this to be cleared, not just one way. So that's awesome that you can clear it with prayer. You could clear the tarot with drum beating. But it is important to clear your deck, especially if you have others handling it. It does take on energy, and you can start to feel a difference. It's my readings, it's almost like sluggish when I'm pulling the cards, and then I realize that my deck needs to be cleared. They love to be set in the sunlight. Sunlight is very powerful for tarot. Just make sure you don't forget about them if they're out in the elements. I usually leave mine in the house in case I forget and the rain or something would come. So that's how to do some clearings, and I hope that helped you. Have a great day.